Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Horror 421, the podcast, with your host, your friendly small-town horror author, Charles Campbell. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the frights in this week's episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Horror 421, the podcast. I'm your host, small-town horror author, Charles Campbell, and today I have a returning champion. I'm so glad she came back to the podcast. She's been with us a couple of times already. Welcome back to the show, Hannah Fierman.
Hey, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you, too. You have been so busy since the last time we talked. And guys, you can go check out Anna in my previous podcast from season 1, 2, and 3. This may be her fourth time on the show.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
I'm an addict.
Yep. So you can get all of her backstory there. But for my new listeners, if you could just give them a brief overview of who you are, kind of bring them up to speed a little bit, then I'll get into some questions.
Oh, hey, I'm Hannah Fierman. I am an actress. I also direct and produce and do a little bit of writing, not like you. And I work mostly in the horror genre in film and TV.
Well, that's a great recap. And Hannah, she can be seen in a couple of, pretty big horror films. We've got VHS, so she was really kind of stole the show in this anthology. And she did so great in this, they decided to make a spin-off movie, and she got her own feature film, Siren. And I've got this other DVD that you told me about the last time you were on the podcast. It's another anthology, and I thought you were hilarious in this, Dead by Midnight. So you guys go check out her filmography. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into the newer stuff. So I want to jump right into Betty's Revenge. I've bought it on digital. I've seen it 3 times now, and I think you do such a wonderful job in that movie. I don't know how you personally feel about the role, but I thought you did fantastic. And tell me how you became involved in that project, how you were approached, and what led to putting that together. Because there's a lot of public domain stuff out there that's being brought into the horror world.
Yeah. Well, so a friend of mine recommended me for the role. The producers contacted me directly, and it was really rushed. It was really last minute. Like, I think I got the script in late November, and the movie was out by February.
Oh, wow.
So it was the fastest shooting I've ever seen, ever. Like, even on TV or whatever, this was faster. It was just like, I think they really wanted to be the first ones to get it out, because, the first one always gets all the hits because they're like, oh, I'm curious. I want to see a horror movie about Betty Boop. But yeah. And so I hardly had any time to prepare. And I was in New York, and we were premiering the event surrounding A Peeping Tom, the movie that I directed. And then that Sunday I hopped on a plane and went to Dallas and filmed for 3 days, and that was it. And it is the title role, and I was only there for 3 days. It was crazy.
That is crazy, because you were batshit crazy in the movie, and I thought you did a great job. Your facial expressions and the boop boop be doop doop, all that stuff was fun. I thought it looked like a fun movie to make. So if you only shot it in 3 days, I don't know how much fun you had, but it looked like you were having fun.
I had fun. I loved it, and especially the kids, the actors that were in it with me. They were lovely, and they were just so committed to making this ridiculous material believable as fuck. And I was just so impressed by them. And I mean, they just seem like, they seem very young to me. I know they're not, they're in their 20s, but they were just so genuine, and their performances were so good. And it was, like I said, it was just like, they had to get it right the first time, and it was spectacular. I really enjoyed working with them.
Yeah, they had a good chemistry. It came off like they were really friends. I don't know if they know each other personally or not, but it came off that way. It came off like they meshed well together.
I agree. Especially the gentleman, I can't remember his name right now. Justin, maybe. he was so nice. And but then as soon as he stepped into character, he turned into this douchebag, and it was just so believable. And I'm just like, that is, because at first I really thought he might be mean. Like couldn't convince me otherwise. I was just like, oh, look at this douche. And then I got to know him, because we were all staying in this big mansion out in the middle of nowhere, Texas. But his real personality was just so opposite of the character.
Polar
And
opposite.
it was so subtle and genuine that it fooled me.
Well, I wrote cast members' names down from that film. Was it Samuel Bennett? Was that the guy, or is that
Yeah, it
he?
must
Yeah,
have been. I mean, he
yeah.
was the only guy in it, right?
Yep. So we
Yeah.
got Samuel Bennett. He played Miles. We had a police officer that you offed really early in the movie. No, sorry if that's a spoiler, but her name was Tiffany McDonald. So you got her pretty quick. But
Hmm.
yeah, I thought it was set up well. Did you do any? This is gonna be a dumbass question, but did you do any Betty Boop research before you?
I did as much as I could in such a short amount of time. And I thought it was really fascinating that she was originally a black woman.
I did
And I
not know
was just
that.
like, yeah,
Huh.
I didn't know that either until I started digging around. And yeah, she was originally based. I'm spacing on the lady's name, but she was a performer back in the 20s and or maybe early 30s. And it was the original Betty Boop was a black singer. And so I was just like, oh crap, maybe they should recast me. But at that point we were already
Oh no, you
rolling
were
with
you
it,
were great. You were great in that. I loved your facial expressions and the fun it looked like you had killing those people. I thought it was awesome. It was a really good movie. I think it was a really good movie. And this public domain thing is like really big now because we got the Screen Boats, we got the Popeyes, we got the whole fucking universe, the Pooniverse centered all around that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I want to move up a little bit. You mentioned the peeping Tom. I haven't heard about that yet. I want you to talk about that for a minute before I go get into the Demonatrix, because you're in front of and behind the camera. So I want to talk about behind the camera a little bit. What have you been working on as a director? Because you're super talented, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job there.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my first feature, technically directing the entire feature. I did direct a short in an anthology, which you were holding up, Dead by Midnight, White to Kill. But this is my first feature that I directed the entire thing. And it was well, it's a psychological horror thriller, and it's about a peeping Tom. And I mean, you know what happens. He sees something he shouldn't or something like that. I don't
You
want to
don't
give
give
any
too much away.
spoilers,
Gotcha.
but he realizes that he is being spied on by something far more sinister than himself. And he's trying to get rehabilitated. He gets in trouble. He tries to rehabilitate because it's this compulsion that he has to peep, to fill a void of, a lack of self-love and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But I think it's a wonderful story. It was written by Ryan James Fitzpatrick, and it's starring Damien Maffei, Felissa Rose, Terry Kaiser, and a whole bunch of other amazing actors.
Wow.
And yeah, they were spectacular. And we shot that 4 years ago. That's how long it took.
Wow.
Yeah. But it took us 12 years to make it. We've had the script for a really long time. And Damien and Brian, excuse me, Fitzpatrick collaborated and came up with the story. And Damien first asked me to be the female protagonist, I guess. But so much time had passed, and he asked me him and the other producers asked me to direct it. And I was just like, well, I don't want to act in it with such a big role and direct it on my
Right.
first feature. Like, I feel like that, it would be too much for me. And so we ended up casting Kate Kiddo in that role, and she nailed it. It was excellent. I had a wonderful cast.
That's awesome. You're doing good things, and you're working with some pretty heavy hitters in the horror industry. I want to segue into the Demonatrix. I've seen you post about it, and I think you've shown it at different conventions. Is that right, or am I wrong?
Oh yeah, yeah, we did. Yeah. So Demonatrix, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this. It is really good. Like, I mean, it blew me out of the water when I watched it. I knew it was gonna be good, but I just didn't know how much I was gonna enjoy it. Like it's Demonatrix, okay, Dominatrix, demon. It was basically like a Dominatrix, which is the character I play,
Hmm.
and an incubus. And the thing that really hooked me when I first read the script was I played this dominatrix, and she's across the street from a stop it from a big church, a parish, and there is a priest there, and the priest keeps getting the dominatrix's mail by accident. So he keeps bringing it and knocking on the door, and he doesn't know it's a what do they call it? A dungeon. And so she dresses up in normal clothes and answers the door, and that's how it begins. And I'm just like, you got me hooked. This is so funny. And it's like you would think they would be really, heavy, gnarly, maybe even hypersexual material, but it's handled in such a way that you don't even really notice. Like right in the beginning, it's a little cringy, and I know they did that on purpose, but the whole rest of the movie is just silly, tongue-in-cheek comedy that is very innocent in a way. I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. It kind of like the same kind of fun vibe, like I hate it when I say vibe, I gotta stop. Um as like the Frighteners. Do you remember the
Yeah, oh,
Frighteners
yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
90s?
Yeah, oh, yeah, Michael J. Fox. Yep.
Yeah, so there's necrophilia in that movie,
Right.
but it's handled in such a way where it's like, ha ha, and you don't think, ooh, like any normal human would, but yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it now. I may be completely mistaken, and if I am, you shut me down. But thought I read online somewhere it would be available on June 6th on some platforms, or is that incorrect? Or do
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh, I hope so. No, I have no idea. They
Okay,
might have told me and I just forgot.
I'll follow up on that and to make sure. I'll put it in the notes below if that's right, folks. But I
Uh,
thought I read it somewhere that it's going to be available on demand on June 6th.
oh my gosh.
I hope I'm right about that. I could be
I hope
completely
you're
wrong.
right too. Yeah, that's soon.
Yeah, that's
So,
like
okay,
next week.
so that was directed by Jeff Farrell and Aurelia Voltaire.
Yep, I have that
And
written
they,
down. Go ahead.
oh, okay. Do you want me to blab about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. They directed it and sort of co-wrote it together, and acted in it. And they had like these major supporting roles. Well, Voltaire plays the priest,
Hmm.
and Jeff plays a very, very important role. I'm not going to tell you what it's called. And they steal the show. Like, I like my work in it. I'm the everyman, even though I'm a dominatrix. I'm the everyman of this world, and oh gosh, they're so funny. They're so ridiculous and so subtle, and they're so funny, and they're funny in real life too. Like I had a really good time working on this movie. Like I was treated like a queen. Like they were so nice and so organized, and that's wonderful and rare in indie filmmaking. So I just need to say that. And then of course Doug Bradley was in it, and I mean he's always wonderful. And Larry Fessenden,
Hmm.
he was in it, and I got to work with him. And yeah, I mean just like an amazing, amazing
I
group,
don't even have
amazing
to ask
cast.
questions. Those were the things I wanted to hit with that. Larry Fessenden, he's been in a shit ton of stuff, and he and Barbara Crampton worked together a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I want to get her on the podcast, but it's been,
that'd be so cool.
yeah, it's kind of hard to get her on here, but I'm trying. Barbara, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in Your Next. He was like the opening kill in that movie,
Oh,
if you remember. Uh, he
I didn't know.
got
Yeah, I didn't know
he got offed really quick in that film.
that.
But I digress. I had another gentleman on the podcast a couple months ago, and he does a lot of work with Bandit Motion Pictures, and he did a film with you called New Fear's Eve. His name was Jason Crow. Is Jason
Oh,
Crow?
yes, I know
He
Jason.
he had such a good time working with you. Can you talk about working with Jason? Because I think he's a super cool dude. He is really
Yeah. Yeah,
fun
he's
guy.
lovely. He's really nice. And really funny.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time working with him. We were just sort of playing practical jokes on each other and just like, I don't know, it was almost like we were like daring each other to break character, which is counterproductive. I don't know why we were doing that. It was just that kind of energy on set. It was just so silly, just so silly fun. And the producers and directors or director were having a good time too. Like it was encouraged, it was welcome. And yeah, I had never met Jason before that. At least I don't think I have. And we had such a lovely time. And then I just found out that he is on the movie that I'm doing in June, um,
Oh really?
called called The Malachi.
I'll have to look out
Hmm.
for that. Yeah, I'm a big Jason Crow fan. If you haven't checked out any of Bandit Motion Picture stuff, they've got some good stuff out there. They just did last year they released a movie called Gush, and he had a really good role in it. And it had, Ellie Church and Alice Winkler were kind of the main characters, but that was such a good movie. So check out Gush.
Okay, yeah, I know them. Well, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I'll have to check out his work. I hadn't thought about it.
Yep, yep. Well, you've been hitting the convention circuit. I've seen the posts out there. I had a conflicting convention with Days of the Dead in Atlanta, so I didn't get there. But talk to me about that. How's that been in the last year for you? Hitting the conventions, seeing the fans, because you've got fans out there now, and I just want to know how those interactions are going and how are these showing these movies. Like the Demonatrix. I'm hitting you with a whole bunch of stuff at one time, but I just want you to kind of tell me what's going on in these conventions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they're a lot like film festivals, except the screenings are in a hotel, type setting. What do you call those? Not dining rooms, but
Yeah,
ballrooms, things
ballrooms.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot like a festival. And then, if you screen your movie at one of the conventions, then you're fresh in everybody's brain, and they got all these new questions for you, and that kind of excitement to see you, which is nice. And yeah, I didn't mention this, but I should have. So the weekend before I flew down to Texas to shoot Betty's Revenge was the New York City Horror Film Festival. And my movie, The Event Surrounding a Peeping Tom, had its world premiere, and then it was followed by Demonatrix immediately after for its US premiere. So talk about sensory overload for me. Like I was like the director of one, the star of the other, and it was really late at night. And I just got really punchy. I was just like, I was having the best time though. There was quite a few fans there. There was a whole bunch of friends, really spectacular filmmakers. Like everybody came out. Everybody who worked on Peeping Tom. I mean, they're all from New York. A lot of them are because we shot it in Connecticut, and it was like a big, huge family reunion. It was really, really lovely, and I super duper enjoy especially Days of the Dead Atlanta because I'm from Atlanta. And well, I grew up just outside Atlanta, and I lived in Atlanta most of my life. And so that's kind of like a different kind of family reunion of all my other films, of all the local stuff that I shot there, the people that are still around. And there's just something about being home,
Yeah.
it's just lovely. Um, but I probably will do a couple more Days of the Dead. I was thinking probably do the one in Indy in July if it doesn't conflict with a feature that I'm doing. And maybe Chicago in November.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm a big Falcons fan. I live 2.5 hours from Atlanta, so it's been a dreadful life for me with those damn Falcons. But I digress. I don't know if you watch football, but
I haven't since the
uh,
Super Bowl. That's how committed I am. Sorry.
well,
That's like I
it's
was.
not even football season right now. Oh wow! So I'm super excited that you've directed your own feature, and I really want to see it. I want to see it as soon as it's available. I want to see the Demonatrix as soon as it's available. Tell me some of the things you aspire to do. You've done so much, and I'm so proud of you. And your career's been, it's been going at a pretty good pace. I think you've done a lot of work, and you've done some quality work with some quality people. What are some things you still want to accomplish out there? What is your pie in the sky?
Well, I don't know exactly. I would love to do a Western. I would love
Oh,
to do a period piece. I've said for years that I would love to either act in or direct a witchy story of Anne Boleyn. Um, Maybe even a musical, but I got my sights on a Western right now because, I mean, I'm not a really great horseback rider, but I can. And I don't know. That's just like something that I would really get a huge kick out of. There's a whole bunch of people that I want to work with again too, like I really enjoy, well, I mean, Jeff Farrell and A Ruler of Voltaire with Demonatrix, I would absolutely be delighted to work with them again. And David Bruckner, I've been chatting with him a lot lately. We just did a big reunion premiere of VHS at the Atlanta Film Festival, like a couple months ago, maybe 1 month ago. And everybody showed up for that worked on it. And that was just, oh my goodness. I mean, it's been 15 years. It was so sweet. And I mean, we were all best friends too back in the day. I mean, we went our separate ways in the past 4 years, but we were a huge part of each other's lives back then. So it was just this really sweet thing that Atlanta Film Festival did for us. And so I would love to work with those guys again. And oh, I see that Darren Bousman's doing some pretty cool stuff.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's doing something more with Paris Hilton because of Repo, the Genetic Opera. I think there's going to be a revival of that in the theaters, so that's exciting. And I'm excited for him. And really creative dude. I would love to work with him again. I worked with him on Saint Agatha, the nunsploitation movie from like 2000 to 2018.
I jotted that down. I don't think I've seen that one. I went back and watched a whole bunch of your shit after we talked the first
Ah,
time,
shit.
and
This
and
was pretty gross.
yeah,
So look out.
I don't think I saw that one. And I meant shit in the best way
I
possible.
know
It's
what you
it's.
meant. I know what you meant.
I watched all your stuff. Sorry,
Go show your shit.
but
You're from the South. It's okay.
that's right. That's what it is. Oh, crazy, crazy. Oh, wow. So, we have the Demonatrix coming out. Do you have anything, and we have the Peeping Tom coming out. Do you have anything else that's under the radar that you can talk about that we may be seeing in the not too distant future? Or is that cover it?
I'm drawing a blank.
That's all right.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, this one's one I'm excited about too. But it's not going to be out this year.
Okay.
Well, it might be, but I produced a feature film called Bunker Heights, and yeah, and I'm really excited about this movie. It's crime creature comedy, crime comedy creature,
Hmm.
crime comedy creature. I got it the wrong way around. And it's basically about this city in a state of decay, and the characters that live within it. You know what? I don't really want to say too much about it. I mean, I've already said it's a comedy and it's a creature feature. So
I think we talked briefly about this the last time you were on the podcast, and it was still kind of in the works. So you've been working on this one for a minute.
oh yeah, we've been working on it a long time, and well, not as long as Peeping Tom. But yeah, actually, it's a pretty fast turnaround considering like Drew Fortier is doing everything on it. He wrote, directed it, and edited it, and did the music for it and everything. So considering it's mostly his work is kind of astounding that it's
Yeah.
done. And but this is special. This one's special. It's its own world. It's its own thing. I guess you could compare it to like Lethal Weapon meets Chud. Like that's the best way we've come up to describe
Nice.
this movie, and it's just like it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's got a lot of rock stars in it. It's got Violent J from Insane
Oh yeah.
Clown Posse.
Yeah.
It's got Vinny Dombrowski from Sponge from the 90s. Dave Ellefson from Megadeth.
Okay.
And other things.
Well, you have juggalos built into the fan base for that.
I got juggalos. I know. I'm so excited to meet some. I mean, maybe they'll paint my face. Yeah, it's just such a wonderful, weird hodgepodge of different people. And then we got some other actors, like we've got James L. Edwards, who is, you know, an icon. He's been in movies since the 80s, horror movies.
Yeah.
And we have, let me think. Oh yeah, Chaney Morrow. He's got one of the main roles, and I've worked with him a few times. I know you know his work. He's spectacular always. And Paul T. Taylor. What is Michael's middle initial? Michael J. Taylor? Michael J. Taylor. I got to make sure. Paul T. Taylor and Michael J. Taylor. And Elsie Holt. Drew Fortier's in it. I'm in it.
Yeah.
I act in it. Yeah.
You've worked
Anyway.
with so many freaking heavy hitters in the horror industry, and you're a heavy hitter in the horror industry, as far as I'm concerned, because you've done so much, and I'm so looking forward to what you're gonna do. With that being said, I know you're a very busy person. Do you take the time to go see movies yourself? Have you been to the theater to see some of the newer horror movies that have just come out? There've been some pretty good ones over the last few months, and I don't know if that's something you've had time to take a look at.
Well, I try to go to the theater whenever I'm super excited about something, but mostly I watch movies at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch a lot of older movies. Like, but I did watch Weapons, and I thought it was great. Of course I did. What are some other ones that were new that just came out that I might have seen? Huh? Oh, are we allowed to say we saw that? Okay. Sorry. I wasn't sure. We watched Mortal Kombat last night, but that's not a horror movie.
Hey, Mortal Kombat is pretty brutal. I haven't seen that one yet.
Gruesome. It was so gruesome. Oh my gosh. They really, really just threw everything at it. I was highly entertained.
Oh, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. I played the video games, and yeah, you can call that horror. That shit, they rip arms off and freaking, rip spines out of bodies.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy stuff.
They do. Yeah, they like slice this guy's skull into like little slivers.
Nice.
And it's really graphic too. They did a really good job. But I went on a huge Giallo kick. My friends were trying to educate me and in the horror genre, and I embraced it fully. I saw a lot of Fauci. I saw a lot of who's the main guy? Oh my gosh, I'm spacing out now. Argento, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And then some of the Americanized ones, and even some of the relatively super recent ones that were Giallo-esque.
Right.
Like The Editor is a Canadian group of filmmakers, which I mean, those guys just did whatever they wanted. They really did their own thing with that. What was it, huh? Astron 6. Yes, thank you. It's my little interview elf over there.
Hey, that's okay. Hey,
The gaps in my memory.
hey, I need an interview elf too. All I have is I have a beagle that's sleeping in the chair over here. But I saw Obsession, and I don't know if you've heard the buzz about that one.
Oh, you saw the new one? The recent one?
Oh yeah, that's
Is it?
it's fucking great. It is. I
Is it really?
really enjoyed it, and it's getting good buzz because it's one of the few movies, horror genre or not, where it did better in its second weekend than it did in its opening weekend. So it's getting that word of
Oh,
mouth.
you said obsession, not
Obsession. Oh
possession.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
obsession.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was thinking
yeah.
possession, like the one from the
No,
70s.
no, 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 no. Obsession.
Because
Yeah,
they did say that they were going to remake that one too, with like
yeah.
Robert Pattinson or something.
Yep.
But okay, no, I haven't seen Obsession.
It's the
Tell
one.
me.
It's the one wish willow. You know, you make a wish. So the premise is this guy. His name is Bear. He wants this girl to fall in love with him. He instead of telling her how he feels, like he should, he goes into this shop and he buys this one wish willow. All this is in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. And he takes her home. He's sitting in his car, and as she's walking into her house, he breaks the one wish willow and wishes that she would love him more than anyone else in the world.
I have seen the trailer for this. Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
and
Okay.
it's batshit crazy from there. And the girl, Indy, I don't know her last name. Yeah, her first name is Indy. She does such a great job in that movie. But anyway, I
It was
digress.
like she was born to make indie movies. Like it's in her name, it's in her DNA.
But
Okay,
this
awesome.
guy is a YouTuber. Barker is his last name, a Curry Barker, I think. He made it on a $750,000 budget, and it's projected to make over $100 million. It's like
Oh,
catching this big wave, and a lot of times when shit gets hyped like that, you get disappointed. But I was not disappointed. I thought it was really, 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 really good, and it kind of stuck
uh,
stuck with me after the theater. I was like, wow, that's some crazy shit. But anyway, watch it
I'm
when you can.
excited.
Yeah, watch it when you can.
Yeah, I will. I'll watch it. I really want to see He-Man really badly.
Yeah, my best friend wants to see that. My brother, he collected all that shit when he was a kid. He had the
All that shit.
castle, yeah, the
I
castle, and
fucking kids with their shit
yeah, yeah, yeah,
these days. Yeah, I was an 80s kid. Really little kid. Yeah, and I had a Tila and a Battle Cat.
yeah. He had all that stuff.
Yeah, I left my Battle Cat behind my dad's back wheel in the garage, and he ran
Ooh,
he ran over Battle Cat. I never really got over it. My
R.I.P.
brother
Battle
and I
Cat.
still refer to it as the Battle Cat house because that's where the Battle Cat died. You mean the Battle Cat house?
He had the gray skull and the thing, the guy that had the faces that spun around. What was his name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Whatever. But anyway,
Multi-faced guy, the
multi,
many-faced god.
yeah,
No,
many faces or something like that. Did you watch the '80s He-Man movie with Dolph Lundgren?
I did.
Yeah, did you like that one?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a huge kick out of it. I went like looking up Dolph. I actually recently saw Rocky 2. Was Rocky 4.
Four.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Rocky 4. Yeah, thank you. Um, wow, what a specimen of a human, huh?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. He's still pretty built for an old guy, but yeah. Actually, Sylvester Stallone released another, and I haven't seen it yet. Released another cut of Rocky Four in the last few years. Um, it's a different version, so I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but I'd like to check it out. I was a Rocky fan back in the day.
totally check it out. I yeah, I was reading about him and not Sylvester, but
Dolph.
Dolph. And yeah, he's like the chemical engineer or something.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's like
super smart. Yeah,
super smart. It's just like, oh, he's just got it all. He just won the gene lottery, I
yeah,
guess.
he absolutely did. Chiseled chin, smart as a whip. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
But I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I guess he just got it all.
he's got it all. He's got it all. Well, you've got it all going on, and
Oh yeah.
I
So do
appreciate.
you. We got it going
We
on.
got it going. I appreciate you coming on the podcast and giving us all an update. Um, it and we've kind of plugged the stuff throughout, but is there anything you want, my listening audience to know? Are you making any appearances coming up? Just tell us what you're going to be doing in the near future and how your fans can keep up with Hannah Fierman.
Well, if you follow me on social media, like Instagram is definitely the one I keep the most up to date. It's when I post whether or not I'm going to be at a convention. And so in October, I'm doing a convention in South Dakota. Um, Probably, like I said, Days of the Dead Indie and Chicago. most likely. I haven't been announced yet, but well, probably. And yeah, I just keep everybody updated on there. So, I mean, it might just be in my stories, but I try to keep it current. And yeah, just keep an eye out for, go check out the teaser trailer of Bunker Heights, and, the real trailer, the official trailer will be launched soon. And, like seriously, go check that out. Like you're going to get a kick out of it. I know you will. And Demonatrix, like I could watch that 5 times. You know, like I love it. And definitely check out the events surrounding Peeping Tom, the film I directed. It's a slower burn than the other ones. It's not a comedy, even though I find it hilarious because I find a lot of dark humor within it. But it's no stretch comedy. But yeah, please check out those movies. And if I think of anything else, I'll come back on here.
All right. Well, I definitely want to have you back on. And guys, Hannah is so talented. I love watching her on screen, and she's done some good drama stuff out there too. And go watch season 1. We talked about some of that, and season 2 as well. The Unwanted. I love that movie. I thought it was really great, and I thought you did a great job in it. So she does a lot more than horror, and I want to see her in a Western. That would be freaking awesome too.
That would be so cool, right?
That would be so cool.
I rode a horse in The Unwanted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the one. What's the guy's name?
William Catt.
Yeah, William Catt, greatest American
Yeah.
hero.
Yeah. He's lovely. He's great. Like I love him. Like we had a wonderful time working together.
Yeah, I watched him as a kid. Like I said, on the greatest American hero. It ran for a season or two. I remember him in that, and he seems like a pretty cool guy for sure.
He's a really classy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, real sweet man. Yep.
All right, Hannah, I will let you go. I know you're busy. I am Charles Campbell, small town horror author. My website is down right now. I'm taking a rebuild, so it'll be back up in 2027, and hopefully I'll have a new book release along with the new website release. So cross your fingers on that. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Hannah. See you next time on Horror 421, the podcast. And until next time, peace.